Hey, this is Norius. I'm bringing you a deck profile for Victory Spark. This deck is this deck from Last Exile, based on the character Famu. The objective of this deck is to gain a huge energy pool, so you can pump up your level 4s and beat your opponent down with them. So for my starter, I run Dress Famu. Basically, this character, her effect is I can rest this character and send the card in my ring into my energy in reverse. So I effectively gain more energy than my opponent every turn. And I also can spark a second card every turn. So yeah, it's pretty good. I run 2 more copies of it, just in case my opponent uses partner attacks it on the first turn, or to use the spot removal card to kill it. More copies to use. Next, 4 copies of Returning Home Fama. It's my spot removal card. It kills one character and sends it to the waiting room. It's gotta run 4 copies of it. And lastly, for level 1s, 4 cancels. Cancels are there to stop opponent from getting their fire triggers off and killing my field, or just any really annoying effect in general. Then for level 2s, I run 3 copies of Teary-Eyed Farmer. Basically, this character's effect only activates when it supports a specific level 4. And when it supports it, I send the top card of my deck into my energy. So another character that gives me more energy than my opponent. And then 3 copies of Brief Peace Famu. This is my universal partner block for characters of the name Famu, which is the whole deck basically. Gotta run universal partner blocks because they're really good. And then 3 copies of Please Famu. This is my generic power boosting support. When this card supports during that battle, for every win trait character I have, which is the whole deck, for every win trait I have in my bench, the character gains 1500 power. So it's a decent power boost. And then 4 copies of Peace Sign Famu. When I spark this character, I choose 2 of my energy and stand them. So my starter puts energy into reverse, so I had to wait 2 turns before actually using those energy. But if I spark these characters, I can put it back into stand, so I can use them right away afterwards. So that's pretty good. And lastly, 4 heal triggers. They're like heal triggers in Vanguard. Gotta run them. Never know when these might save you. And for level 3s, I'm taking 1 copy of this card. Basically, when I spark this, I select one card of my opponent's field and returns to the hand. Just seeing how this works out. Not sure if I should keep it or not for now. 3 copies of Infiltrating Farmer. Basically, this card, when I spark it, I select one of my opponent's energy and put it into reverse. And during early game, most decks won't have a huge amount of energy, so this will greatly slow down a lot of decks if I can spark it out in the early game. Next card, I run 4 copies of this. It partners with my starter. And this card effect is very similar to Peace Sign Famu, except Peace Sign Famu puts 2 energy into stand. This one only puts 1 energy into stand. But this partners my starter, and in Peace Sign Famu doesn't partner with anything. So kind of makes it a bit better. And then 4 copies of Famu Fanfa. Basically, this card, when I spark it, I choose one wind trade card in my waiting room and put it into my energy. So it's just another character that gets me more energy. Gotta use these cards. And then lastly, 4 fire triggers. If you have four more retire, this would spike your opponent's field. Gotta run these. They generate huge pluses that they actually go off. And then they cripple a lot of decks that can't build up their field fast enough. So, yeah. And then onto the level 4s, around 6 of them. More than most decks. I run 2 copies of Landscape of the Fabu. Basically, this card, if I have more energy than my opponent, for every extra standing energy that I have than my opponent, it gains 1,000 power for each one. Only up to a cap of 3k though. So it becomes 6k power, which is bigger than most level 4s up there, and it's not even that hard to pull off in this deck. And then most characters don't have a huge amount of defense power, so I can basically one-shot most other cards in their bench in their ring. And then lastly, 4 copies of Girls Flying in the Sky, Fabu and Jiseru. Basically, this character, her effect is for every 2 energy that I have, she gains 500 power. So most games I'll have around like 12 energy. So that's extra 3k power, make this 6,500. So that when I reach 12 energy, it actually effectively gets stronger than this character. So this character works as more of a early game level 4, while this is a late game, or just like stomps over every character that it sees. So yeah, that's my Last Exile Victory Spark deck. I might do more deck profiles of other Last Exile decks that I have. But yeah, this is Norius, signing out.